Welcome back to the Uranium Fever channel. It's update day, and the Atomic Shop has a new shelter with the vault storage facility now available. Fallout First players have also been treated to a new prefab, which actually comes with two different variations. But is the new shelter worth a buy? Is the grass really greener on the other side? Well, it turns out it's real at least, as we take an in-depth look at both new items in game. Alright, so logging in and heading to the shop, you have two options for the new shelter. First, we have a bundle, as it's been lumped together with what I'm going to refer to as an interesting mix of items. Buying it separately will set you back 1500 atoms, and it's fair to say now, before we even see it in game, that this shelter is big. But big doesn't always mean more budget, as we will discuss later. Taking a look at Fallout First now, there's a bunch of items to unlock. The Stars Runner Rug, 250 caps for the cores, and the ammo storage box. Something to note with this though, no fusion cores and plasma cores can be stored, and any ammo stored here will need to be taken out for use. But the standout for me at least, the pirate ship set. And this really is a set actually, as taking a look at it in game, it turns out that this is actually two different prefabs. I covered this in a data mine, but I actually had no idea this was the case. So you actually get the Landlubber pirate ship with an accompanying door, and the Sea Legs pirate ship with a door too. The latter is actually usable only in water, with the extended base allowing you to float this on top of the surface. But let's take a closer look at the inside. It's worth noting that both are virtually identical. It's pretty spacious for a houseboat, and the textures and windows are on point for a pirate look and feel. Heading upstairs we have a terrace area with another smaller staircase linked to a viewing platform. Jumping onto the slated roof we even have a crow's nest. Excuse me for a second as I managed to fall off. But yeah, I really like these roof textures actually. I'd love to see this style on some other prefabs or build sets. Hopping over to ship 2 to confirm that these two are virtually identical. You can snap stairs to the front, which is nice. And yeah, these prefabs do have a broken look, which I actually prefer I think. It's opened up some holes in the walls, the crow's nest is long gone, and the sign is a little bit askew. Some nice detail too on the masthead. In summary then, I would imagine this set's popularity will depend on what players like. But bang for your buck, this is a good Fallout First reward I think. You can build 3 of the land variant and a single water-based houseboat, so it's not a bad haul at all. Let me know in the comments though what you think. Personally, I'm a fan of this, but I'm less of a fan of the new shelter. It comes with one new style of shelter door, and the entryway is very similar to the previous released utility shelter, but this time with a wood panel floor, which of course isn't customizable. Heading inside, let's talk about something I noticed regarding the budget. It appears that this new shelter is bugged, with a percentage of the budget already taken before I've even placed anything. We play on PSN, so I'm yet to confirm if this is the case on all platforms. Taking a look around, some things to consider, and there are actually no floor or wall snapping points this time. You also can't turn off the lights like you can in the missile silo shelter. The metallic trim and wall textures are the same as the utility shelter, which I do like actually, as this aesthetic is probably my favourite of the existing vault shelters. Looking at the high ceiling, the one thing which immediately catches the eye is the windows. This vault storage shelter is designed to appear like it's partially outside. Running around now, you do get a grand total of 10 additional rooms to build in, including the entryway. There are 2 main variations, with one being slightly larger. Now for the second point you should consider. Budget. After throwing down some budget eaters. So I've stored some lights, scout towers, more prefabs, and finally all 10 available missile turrets. The budget for this shelter is pretty much the same as all of them, which considering the space to build in, I have no doubt that some amazing shelter builds will be built in here, and the space is great for even building closed off sets, but the budget, for this space, it really should match its size I think. And like the pit shelter, I just think it's a little bit too little. Which is a shame because both are designed really well. Personally, I'd rather see smaller shelters with a new aesthetic that would allow us to fill the space more. But again, that's just my viewpoint, so let me know what you think, whether you agree or disagree. Now, the final thing for today, and this is my favourite feature actually, and it's definitely something I'd love to see again. The windows displaying the outside world. Is the grass real? So, backing up against the wall and having a look in camera mode, it certainly does look real. And the next step? A leap of faith as we head on through the solid wall to find out the truth. After thrashing around for a minute or two, I made it through, onto solid land. It turns out the grass is most definitely real, which is a pretty cool detail. It should be noted that in the brief testing what I've done, you can't actually build out here. Running along the top, I wanted to see if the trees too were solid. And it turns out that they were. Before deciding to jump off the edge and see the new shelter from below. I'll use this moment then to summarise. I love the Fallout First rewards this time around. I do recommend having a subscription if you're someone who regularly buys from the Atomic Shop. I'm really happy to see the monthly rewards get better and better in my opinion. We've come a long way since those single piece armour paints, that's for sure. The new shelter, we will definitely find use for it, but the budget, just a little bit more would go a long way for these bigger interiors. Let me know what you think though down in the comments. I'm very interested to hear people's opinions on the patch day Atomic Shop. With that said, I'm off, thank you for watching and we will see you in the next one.